What is going on, guys? It's Jim, and this is Reading Reddit. This is a new series I'm going to be trying to do relatively regularly where I find the most funny or interesting or otherwise deplorable things I can on Reddit, and I read them to you. Gameplay here is some Forza Horizon 5 ripping around my Bronco. Don't worry about my terrible driving. This video isn't about that. It's about the insane people on the internet. So sit back, relax, and here we go. I intentionally threw up all over my great aunt's dining table. I'm a 17-year-old girl, and I am allergic to shellfish. My reactions are not life-threatening, but I do throw up almost immediately. My great aunt, Dad's aunt, is one of those geniuses who thinks seafood allergies are just things that people come up with to try and get attention. I usually avoid her because she's a moron, but this weekend my little brother and I had to go to her place along with our parents. My dad dropped us off and then went off to pick my mom up from work. Many of our cousins, aunts, uncles were there too. Great aunt had an entire table full of food laid out. Among them were fried mussels. My brother, cousins, and I snacked on some other goodies as we chatted. I avoided the mussels, of course. Great aunt approached me and asked me to try the mussels. I said no. She asked again. I said no, I'm allergic. Great aunt got mad. She told me I was a spoiled little brat and that my parents needed to smack me to set me straight. My brother is 14, but even he understands how allergies work. He tried to intervene and tell the crazy bitch why I couldn't eat them. She yelled at him for being disrespectful. I decided to give her what she was asking for. I smiled sweetly and said, okay, I'll try some, before having a few mouthfuls of mussels. I stuffed my face with some other food. A few minutes after the mussels went down my gullet, I began feeling funny, but I didn't say anything. I waited for the puke party to begin. As soon as it did, I began to vomit, but instead of running to the bathroom, I threw up right there on the dining table, and all over the food Great Aunt had made. I also turned around and threw up all over her nice, expensive carpet. We know it's expensive because she keeps talking about how expensive her furniture is. Great Aunt screamed the whole time. My brother yelled at her, calling her an idiot for making me eat the mussels. As the puke scream fest was going on, my parents arrived. My mom knew immediately what had happened, and after giving me my medication, she and my dad tore Great Aunt a new asshole. My brother told them how Great Aunt had pressured me, and I confirmed it. I even did some fake crying for extra effect. My eyes were already red, so it wasn't hard. We left immediately, and now Great Aunt has been banned from our home or from coming near my brother and I. My mom made it clear to her that if she did, hell would be raised. I actually got something out of the horrible allergy. LOL. Alright, this one genuinely kind of made me laugh a little bit, and it's super, super cringe, so buckle up. This one's titled Not Safe for Work. I frequently hear my 19-year-old daughter and her boyfriend have sex. She calls him daddy in bed, and it freaks me out. I don't know what to say to her. So just to preface, my daughter is obviously an adult woman and can have sex with whoever she wants, and it's none of my business, or at least I wish it was. I get that she's not a little girl anymore, and that means she's gonna date guys and have sex. I get that, and that's okay. It's just really loud and vocal. It makes me super uncomfortable. It's been just me and her for about 5 years now, and she just started seeing this guy. He's great. I genuinely like him. He treats her right. He's respectful to me without kissing my ass. He's even helped with a few jobs around the house. I'm getting kind of old for. He's a great young man, and I genuinely hope things get serious and he marries her, because even though they've only been together a few months, because honestly, I was expecting a lot worse for her first adult boyfriend, and this guy made me sigh in relief. That being said, I fully expected that they have sex eventually, and when talking to my daughter about him, I told her if she needed condoms or birth control of any kind she wasn't able to get, to let me know. I got an embarrassed "Dad" out of her, but I was completely serious. While the concept of my daughter having sex is definitely uncomfortable for me, I'd rather make sure she's being safe and would much rather pay for condoms or pills than a baby. More than that, though, I don't want her to be afraid to talk to me about anything. As uncomfortable as a lot of this shit is for me, she's all I got, so I gotta suck it up. Anyway, last weekend her boyfriend came over and I offered to throw some burgers in the grill, and she said, "No thanks, Daddy, we're gonna watch a movie." So I told them, okay, have fun, cracked a couple of beers open, and started grilling. Well, when I came inside with the burgers, that's when I heard it. The faint rattling and moaning upstairs. My daughter was being very vocal, and at one point I hear, "Fuck me, Daddy," and it made my stomach drop. I honestly felt really gross. I know that might just be what she calls him, and she's not thinking about me, but to be honest, I don't like hearing it. Thankfully, due to them being 19, it didn't last very long, but God, it made me uncomfortable. I want to say something to her to maybe ask her to not be so loud, but I don't want to embarrass her since I heard her call him Daddy. I just don't want to hear it again, so I can pretend they don't ever have sex and she doesn't call him Daddy. There's an update. So when she came home, she brought her boyfriend over, they ended up having sex again, and I left for a while and texted her and said, "Walls in this house are thin, I'm going to the store for beer." Do you or daddy need anything? She texted back while I was checking out and apologized profusely and was super embarrassed. I told her it's fine. I don't care if they have sex. I just don't want to hear it for obvious reasons. I also made sure they're being safe. She's on the pill and he's wearing a rubber, so that's a load off my mind on top of anything else. Other daddy even made a point to apologize to me in person when I got home. I told him since they're being safe and he's good to my daughter, he's got nothing to apologize for. It's just awkward for all parties involved. I asked if they could now refrain from having sex here. I think I need to step up and plan to replace the insulation in this old house. This one's quick, but I don't want the video to be super long. I sell used panties. I'm a guy. They think I'm a girl, but it's just my sweaty balls they're sniffing. It isn't even hard to do. You only need 3 things: a buyer, a pic, and panties. The buyer is the easiest to find. You can find panty fetish guys on any app, even here on Reddit. They openly ask for panties. The picture takes a little effort, but not as much as you'd think. I just look for selfies of girls wearing panties. They're everywhere. They willingly post the pictures online, so free use. Then it just takes a little bit of basic Photoshop skills to make it look like she's holding a personalized message to the buyer, and that is it. The panties are surprisingly easy to get too. Mostly, I look for girls wearing common panties, basic color, hearts, that kind of thing. Nothing that would be expensive or hard to find. It's as simple as going to the store that sells panties and buying several in that color. Then it's just the simple matter of wearing the panties underneath my normal underwear long enough to get the stank on them. Sometimes it takes a day, but if I'm outside doing yard work, I can stank up 2 or 3 pairs pretty quickly. Sweaty balls, man. Some guys pay extra for special requests. Some want the butt stains. Some want me to masturbate in them. How they cannot tell the difference between dry male cum and vaginal discharge is beyond me. But I am thinking guys they buy used panties aren't exactly getting much action anyway. I'm not saying I make a lot of money from this, but $30 to $50 per pair gets me a couple extra $100 in spending money per month. Not bad. Anyway, that's reading Reddit. I hope I can get better at making these over time. Maybe I'll stutter less and be better at reading. And I'll keep looking for better ones. Maybe I'll try different subreddits like Am I the Asshole or I don't know. I'll just look for funnier stuff. Anyway, that's it for this video. Like and subscribe. Bye.